Truck Talk with Wally Sanders Truck Lines. Tune in to our live broadcast Monday mornings from 8:30 to 9:30 on TC2. Do you have a business in our area or thinking of opening a business in our area? If so, let's talk about it on Truck Talk. No charge to you. That's right, no charge to you. No charge to you. Wally Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama, committed to the community. Remember, drive for the best. Wally Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Sanders Truck Line. What a beautiful Monday we have. What a hot Monday we have. Nevertheless, we must move on. It's just good to be here this morning. Good to talk to you. I want to say to all my Wiley Sanders truck drivers, I pray you had a good weekend. I pray those that worked hard, those that was off, I hope you had a lot of fun. Got some guests this morning. One of my guests was going to be Davis Truck Driving School, but he's enrolling so many people that he just couldn't come this morning, but he is going to call us live, and whoa, we're going to talk about all the great things that's going on right there at Davis Truck Driving School in Dothan, Alabama. Also got one of my drivers here this morning that's been with us. I'm going to let him tell y'all how long he's been with us and what he does for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Let me say this to you, ladies and gentlemen. Be careful. It is hot. Check on the elder ones, the ones that you know are elder and maybe living at home. Make sure their air conditioner hasn't quit. Make sure they have water and stuff, and just really check on them. Got a lot I got to get to this morning, but one of the things that I want to make sure I say is I want to thank the local restaurants of Pike County. And I don't single nobody out. I just want to thank all the restaurants, especially the ones that we use for our driving, recruiting, mails too. Thank you. We can't say enough about how y'all deliver. Sips on the Square, can't say enough about how y'all do what you do. Julius, can't say enough about you. Bo, you and all the gang over there, thank you so much. Bo sends me an email now, and we kind of let our drivers select a couple of days a week of what they want to eat versus just bringing them to them. And we have been on a path, just a tear of just whatever it takes to make the driver happy. We're just all in. We've always done it, but we've just stepped that up a notch. Anything you do, you can always do it better. You can always do it better. All you got to do is just work hard at being better at it. And that's what we've just worked so hard at, making our drivers happy, making things convenient for them, and anything that we can do to make things convenient for them. Our president of our company, Trace Parker, is very driver oriented, was in the office the other day. He gonna stop me from hanging around because I be listening, and he was talking to some people, and they were saying, well, it kind of makes the driver mad. He said, well, if it makes the driver mad, it makes me mad because I don't want the driver mad. So that's just how driver oriented he is, and want to thank him for coming down this morning and praying for us. That's something we do every Monday morning. At the safety office, we pray. We not only pray for our drivers, we pray for our country. We pray for our company and other companies too. We're not selfish. We're not selfish. We want Pike County to grow. We want this world to, we just want good for everyone. I found out in life, the more you do for others, the more will be done for you. So that's why I can't say it enough. Thank you to all Wiley Sanders drivers, all you guys and ladies that watch this show. A lot of you tell me you watch it at night before you go to bed. I want to make sure I always speak to you. And if you want to be on the show, just do like this driver did. Contact me, email me, hallsteady@wsanders.com or 334-372-5049. That will definitely get to me, and I will definitely do something about it. Looking at all my items up here, every time I look at all my items, I just get joy. I think of KW, and I think of the cans, and I think of batteries, I think of our trucks, and hey, it's just a good time to be at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Wally Sanders' 2020 vision for you is hauling lots of freight. We got it. Safe equipment, we got that. Lots of quality home time and great benefits like matching your 401k up to 4% of your gross pay. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Wally Sanders Truck Line.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Wally Sanders' 2020 vision for you is hauling lots of freight. We got it. Safe equipment, we got that. Lots of quality home time and great benefits like matching your 401k up to 4% of your gross pay. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Wally Sanders Truck Line. At Wally Sanders Truck Lines, the only place you'll be stopping is at the bank. Wally, money, money, money. Wally Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. And we're back with Truck Talk with Wally Sanders Truck Line. Well, good morning to you, Joe.
Morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
All right, I want you to tell everybody your name and how long you've been working for Wally Sanders Truck Line.
My name's Steve Aldridge. I've been in May was 21 years.
21 years.
Yep.
Now, we have two divisions at Sanders. We have what we call our bulk division, which is, it's not a bulk tanker. We haul tanks and dry boxes, but then we had a van division. What division do you work in?
I work in the boat division. I've been pulling a Fumatic tanker, which is the boat tankers, for 20 of the 21 years. But I say that, but I pull whatever they need. And I've learned that over the years that basically if you do what they ask you to do, they'll take care of it. I mean, they'll help you out.
You know, I tell everybody that the system is designed for you to make money.
Yes.
But in order to make money in the system, you've got to cooperate with the system. You got to read your satellite, and you got to do what it says, and you got to dictate your hours of service. Let your dispatcher know your hours of service, and keep up. Everybody stay on the same communication.
Yes.
I think we have one of the best communication devices in our truck that I've seen around. Who is your dispatcher?
Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh, okay. And where do you mostly run to?
I run anywhere from, you take a line of I-35 in Texas, east.
Okay.
Everything east, to include Ontario and Quebec. I've been to Manitoba one time, but usually it's Ontario and Quebec. We got a bunch of customers up around Toronto and stuff. And with being the fact that I have a passport and don't mind going to Canada, I'll go.
Now, at one time, Canada had a speed regulation where your truck couldn't run. So is that still?
It's still in effect. They have a governed speed of 65 miles an hour for commercial vehicles, and a lot of guys could 65, 68. It don't matter. It don't matter. It just takes you about 30 minutes longer to go somewhere than it does running 68 or 70, depending on what truck you're in. You know.
So, you actually, do they check that when you go to the border? Or?
Periodically. They have scale houses and inspection stations just like we do, but they every once in a while I've been checked 4 or 5 times over. I guess they've been doing it for about 8-9 years now. I think 10 years probably they've been doing it. And you go up there and if they check it, they check it. If they don't, they don't. You go on about your business.
How do they check you?
They got the little, the computer hookups we have in the trucks that the dyno plugs into with the computers. They've got a small adapter they plug into it, and it transfers over into their main computer in the scale house or the inspection station, I guess. And they can go in there and pump some numbers and tell whether you're set or not. If you're not, then you ain't gonna have to talk to them.
So then you're gonna have to talk to them. Yeah. Well, when you unload a tank, those tanks that we have just haul our product, right?
Right, exactly.
So when you blow that off,
I'm coming home.
You coming home?
Every once in a while, I can count on one hand the number of times that I have actually reloaded a tank coming back. And it's usually if they've KW has found a good deal on some plastic somewhere that they bought, they might send you down there to reload off a rail car or something, and then you bring that back to Troy. But I'd say 95% of my trips out with a tank, I come back empty.
Now, the blowing off of your tank, is that really complicated? How does that work?
No, it's you hook it up. You've got that blower unit on your truck. You take there's a hose on the tank. You hook to the blower, and then you got to learn the valves. There's a couple of valves you got to turn, and in normal operation it takes hour and a half, depending on the customer, on how long it takes to unload and what pressure they allow you to unload at. Some of them are 4, some of them don't care as long as you don't tear nothing up. But usually it's hour and a half, 2 hours.
When you're saying pressure, explain that to us. There may be somebody out there, maybe some young guy out there just wanting to get into this. What is the pressure?
The air, the blower generates air pressure, like a air pump. Blows it into the top of the tank. And you adjust that, but there's an upper valve on the side there. I'd really have to have a tank show you. It blows in the top of the tank. Then you got majority of our tanks have 4 hoppers. And then you start down, you'll unload one hopper, let the product drain out. Once it goes empty, you can tell when it goes empty because the gauges drop, because there's nothing there for the air to push out. Then you move to the next hopper, then work your way on down the line. And once it's empty, no pressure, you close everything off, turn your blower off. The pressure gauge might show no air, but majority of the tanks, if they're sealed properly, will have air. So you always make sure they have their blowdown valve that bleeds the excess air off, because you never want to unhook nothing with air pressure on it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's happened. You don't want to wear plastic pellets,
Okay. So how long does it take you to unload a 1 hour tanker?
About an hour and a half, 2 hours. I've been at some customers, it's took 3 hours. It all depends on what the customer wants. And they some of them, like I said earlier, that some of them tell you, a normal unload rate to me is 8 to 9 pounds. Even though the majority of the tanks are designed for 14 pounds, being the fact you don't want to do that. You set yourself up for failure, because this stuff right here, the plastic, if it gets too hot, if the hose gets hot from the friction of the product going out, and it'll clump up and cause problems in the customer system, and you don't want that.
That's fine. That's fine. I like to hear drivers that are trying to do what's right. Now, some of the places you go and take the plastic, it winds up with something like this.
Yep. Sure does.
This is what amazes me. When I look at KW and KW Recycling, and I look at where everything starts and where it winds up to, and I know people are saying he's gonna get that sheet out. You're right. And when I look at this circle, you probably never seen one of these, and when you told me about being on the show, I was thinking to myself, I'm gonna show him something that he's a part of. This is what you do. This is what you do. You, in some way, you're a part of this. Now, in your case, you get the tanker part. You start off on making this, or making that, ladies and gentlemen. But some drivers are actually a part of this whole productivity sheet. Why they are hauling? They haul batteries, they haul lead, and it's just, it just always amazes me. And, and to see what our product ends up being. I mean, this is it's just amazing. And it's right here in our hometown. It's right here in our hometown. Stephanie Baker was the first one that told me, I didn't do my research, but she was the first one who told me, and since then I went and read it and saw it, not that I didn't believe her, that KW is the largest plastic manufacturer in the world.
Yeah.
And you think that when you go in somewhere like the Canada, do you ever sit there and think and wonder where's the product going to be used that you just bought in there?
Yeah, it's amazing. People don't realize that the the products that are recycled plastic, that people use recycled plastic. What we make right here in Troy, I mean everything from air conditioning duct in your car to paint cans to battery cases. And I believe that's kind of unique. I've always, when I tell people, you know, they ask, you get out there and customers, especially if you've never been before, ask about the company. I said, well, he owns a lead recycling plant that makes the lead. You bring junk batteries in. I said, on top of that, the byproduct of the lead plant was the battery cases. They recycle that, send it back out. Then they make the paint cans. Then he owns the truck. He brings his own stuff back. I said, it's a cycle. It's an ongoing cycle. That's unique. I've never seen that, like you said. I've never seen that, but that's what I tell customers right there. And I also tell them that they always say, well, how big are you? I said, well, I'm not going to mention no major companies.
No, don't mention
I don't want major companies, but if you go into certain stores that sell paint, certain big stores that sell paint, and you run across a plastic can, flip it over.
Flip it over.
And you'll see what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, I can say those stores like Lowe's,
Walmart.
Yeah. I just don't like. We don't say nothing about another trucking company.
You're right. No.
And you look at this here, the True Snap, and you look at this plastic, and it's hard to imagine that at one time this was a battery, possibly.
Yep.
And you know, they're making it. This here is total plastic.
Yep.
When I say total plastic, the top, the
bottom,
handle,
everything. Yep.
Everything. You know, it's total plastic. I've carried a lot of those to a lot of schools and stuff. If a young person was wanting to get into trucking, what would be some advice you would get that young man or that young lady that was, thinking, hey, I might want a career driving a truck? What would be some advice you would give them?
Pay attention to your trainer. No matter what nobody tells you, obey the law. And just be willing to learn. Willing to, when I say willing to learn, willing to watch what's going on, sit back and observe. And if there's criticism if it's given the proper way, accept the criticism to improve yourself. Because most likely the person that is training you has got multiple years experience under all situations, or they wouldn't be a trainer. I mean, that's the way I look at it. Wiley, they usually don't select the trainer unless they've got the experience to pass on to the newer drivers. And I always say this, even like when I was in the Army. I was in the Army 20 years before I went to work here. Like when I was in the Army, and I always tell new recruits, never let your first duty station, i.e. job, in this industry, because we get a lot of drivers from other companies come in that already have a bad attitude, because the company they were with treated them bad. And I always tell them, and I've told this when I worked, I had a little stint in safety there for a little while. When I was, another thing with Wiley, they helped me recover and let me keep working. It was my feet. I'd always tell them, don't let that first company be your opinion of the truck driving industry. They're just like I always told recruits, don't let your first duty station be your impression of the Army. Give something a chance. 2 or 3 times, and just some people they're not cut out for it, and usually you can pick that out by the time you've been around them a couple 3 weeks. Whether they,
I tell them every Monday morning, and I say it all through the week. At our safety department, Doug Kitchens, our new safety director, he has instilled in us to give off an atmosphere that safety is not. Oh boy, they calling me to safety what they want. We actually now call people. We see them come through the gate. We can actually look on LS30 and see somebody's on the yard. Hey, John's on the yard. Right? Call him down here. What are you doing, man? How's it going out there? So much of a meet and greet. Then I'll scold and you didn't do this.
No.
But there are times, you know, that you're gonna have to say, you know, hey, we got this complaint or whatever. You're gonna have to address certain things, but there's a way to address something.
Yes, you
There's
did.
a way to address
Yes.
something, and even with trainers, I tell people it's 10 weeks,
Yep.
and then like you said, we handpick our trainer. I know that this trainer's not gonna do nothing ugly to you. He's not gonna say nothing ugly to you. Now you may not like it if he tell you you're not doing it right. I can't help that.
Yep.
That's his job. But if you'll bear with this trainer and bear with the system of the company, in 10 weeks you'll have the experience to go out on the road. It's nothing I like no more, and I mean this from my heart, to recruit somebody. I saw one come in there this morning. Bree, good morning to you. That you recruit somebody. They come in, they do the 10 weeks, and they get a truck. But I take it a little further than that. Not only do they get a truck, but they stay and be successful. I feel then that somewhere down the road, and no, I didn't do it all by myself because I got great help, surrounded by great people. I won't call them help, surrounded by great working people. So when that happens, that joys my heart.
Yeah.
That joys my heart, and it's getting more and more. You know, that lets me know I've been doing this a little while because I'm getting more and more just actually driving now. That I recruited. That was on. I'm gonna do a little name calling. A guy named Glover. I never will forget. I went to Trenton Tech, and Glover was in there. He's driving for us now, and everything I would say. Already know, Hoss. Done read about y'all. Already know. And I thought to myself, and that's what I like about Truck Talk with Wilder Sanders. We can talk about trucking and can't nothing be done about it because we sponsor the show. And I thought to myself, now he don't know nothing. He don't know. The guy come there, went through his 10 weeks training. He has his own truck now, and he's still there. And a matter of fact, Glover and his wife is gonna have a baby, and you know, he's working. I tell people, if I'm at a school, I let them know if you come to Wiley Sanders, and I want to see you. You told me before we left the yard that you tell the truth. So I'm gonna ask you a question. You didn't know I was gonna ask you this question. If a student comes to Wiley Sanders, fresh out of school, I don't care if he's from Mr. Davis School or if he's from Trenton. He's from Cottonwood, but if he comes from a school and comes to Wiley Sanders Truck Line and does his job and listen to the trainer, will he make money and will he be successful?
Yes. Yes.
You can say that, can't you?
That with a stipulation.
Okay.
And you know this. You've been around the company a whole lot longer than I have. And I've had, and that, to be honest with you, like I told you, you know, I speak what I'm honest. And I will ask this question anytime I hear somebody complain. Is, oh, I ain't making no money. I say, how many loads you turned down?
Ooh, say that again.
How many loads you turned down? And 9 times out of 10, when I ask them that, they walk off.
Now let me say a little more to that. Tell him, give us 10 more minutes.
Go ahead.
We got our call in, but you got a hot spot. I don't want to leave this spot. I don't want to leave this spot. Do you know, and I tell drivers, and that's part of my job is to talk to drivers if they have a little situation. Maybe their room wasn't ready, maybe their truck is not going to be ready. I get them a room, or maybe they have a light that they feel like the shop didn't fix, and I go down there and I talk to them. Just a helper. Because I tell everybody, Ken Bray, you and John Smothers, y'all hear me good when I say this. We got a state-of-the-art shop. We got a state-of-the-art shop. It's mechanical. Look how big it is.
Yep.
It's easy to miss something.
Yep.
I have a detailing shop, and I mean, if you wash enough cars in the daytime, you're going to miss something. But I tell everybody, if you do your job and comply, when I say comply, that means I call so many times and I say, I'm gonna use your dispatcher for instance. Hey Joe Hobart, truck blah, 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 because I know me, I mess around and call somebody truck number, so I'm not going to do that. He says he's not making enough miles, you know. Would you check it out for me, you know? Guy say he want to run. No, the next question is, well, he turned down a Kentucky. He turned down this. Sometimes in trucking, we'll go back to our productivity sheet. This load here may not be but 400 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Take the 400 miles, because coming back here is 9.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's 900 miles. And a lot of young people, and don't get me wrong, young folks, everybody always call me old. Yeah, I've been here a long time. But a lot of young people don't think. They just look at what's that hand right there. But just keep grabbing it. Just keep grabbing the miles. And that's why I'm glad you're here to say that. Because I know you start off a lot of weeks. Not the kind of trip you wanted. But you take it.
Mm-hmm.
You come back in Tuesday, and boom, there it is. There's that 1,000 miles that you really wanted Sunday. But you went on and took this short one. So that sets you up. Now the long one is what? It's more valuable to you now.
I'll give you a prime example. Of course, you know who Neil is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Neil. I'll come in on Friday, and 9 times out of 10, I take off the weekend or whatever. That's one good thing about bulk. You know, night or two during the week, and most of your weekends, unless you elect to. Depends on how the freight's moving.
Mm-hmm.
He'll say, "Why don't you? I need you to go over to McDonough for Monday morning first thing." And you know that's not like 300 miles round trip or something like that. And be honest with you, nobody likes going over there because it takes so long. But he said, when you come back, I got this Toronto run, or I've got this Kansas run.
Mm-hmm.
What you just said.
Take the small.
I took the 300-mile run, I'll be honest with you, much as I don't like it.
Yeah.
But when I come back, I got a 2,500 mile run.
And I tell everybody, and I mean this too, if you're working for a truck line, listen to me, drivers. If you're working for a truck line and you've got to make over 2,500 miles a week to make a living, you're working at the wrong place.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be able to live off 2,500 miles a week. Your insurance and everything need to be taken care of. Now, I'm going to ask you this question, I'm going to let you go. Isn't it a blessing to work for a company that got all this going on? I hire more people, and I thank God for it, during this pandemic than any other time. Because some companies, and I dare not call no name, I just thank him for what he gave us. Some companies was not running, and we were still moving products and bringing bottled water. You talk about McDonough, Georgia. We bringing anywhere from 15 to 20 truckloads of water a day down here to this water.
Ben LaGrange picks them up.
The Walmart distribution.
Yep.
So we're just in a good state. We're in a good state. Wallace Sanders Truck Line is in a good state. We're moving up and we're doing a lot of things. We got some great equipment, got great people just taking care of things. And I just want to tell you that thank you. Thank you for the job you do. Doug Kitchens, our safety director, he always tells us to treat every driver like that driver earned your paycheck for that week. Very clear concept if everybody was to do it. Because everybody wants their check. Everybody wants their check. Thank you so much. I always give my guests.
Let me say one thing on family oriented.
Mm-hmm.
This one thing that has kept me here with this company 21 years is when I first hired on in, like I said, May of '99.
Mm-hmm.
That fall, October, November, my mother, which was in Florida, had come down with a second bout of cancer and it was terminal. They kept me in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I still made my miles, still made my paycheck, but because I went to him, explained to him every once in a while, but my main thing was back somewhere in Florida, back north, back Detroit, somewhere in Florida, back Detroit. The day she passed away, I was under a load going to Tampa. I stopped. I went ahead and delivered the load, come back, and I told them, they said, take whatever time you need, call us when you're ready to move.
That's strong.
And then I did. That's one thing. And every time I ever had a family emergency, they've some way got me back to Troy. That's the main thing I got. One thing to say about the family orientation, family oriented, I guess,
Yeah.
is if you work with them, I have yet to see them not work with me with that.
Mr. Wallace Sanders created this company in 1959. Him and his father ran it. Now his son is doing it. His sons are doing it. And all those except one have kids, raising them. And they're, what I'm trying to say is, if you have a family, then you're gonna think family life. I've got kids, I've got grandkids, and you're gonna think like that. And we're not one of those corporations that you don't see the owner.
Exactly.
You know, where you got these, I'm not gonna call the company name, but them and Mr. Sanders both started in 1959.
I know who you're talking about without mentioning names.
And when they closed, they had like 400 and something owners or something. And I was just thinking how good God has been to us for us to have one owner. KW, Mr. Campbell, he's got boys, he's got girls, now he has grandchildren. They're all involved in the company. They know what their daddy has set up and what he wants to do, and they've been on the show. I talk to Christopher all the time, talk to Stephanie a lot. Matter of fact, got these cans from Christopher Campbell, and everybody is on the page of doing good, taking care of the people, and yet make money. You know, you don't get overloaded. Family first, make money. Well, God first, family, make money. And do a good job and work hard. Is there anybody you want to say hi to before you go? You might
Y'all be safe.
Want to say hi to anybody in your family?
No, they
watch.
I already.
Well, I want to thank you, and I want to tell you to be safe out there, and go by the guidelines of what they say when you go in these places. If they tell you to wear a mask, wear it. Whatever they tell you to do. Me and you were social distance, so we didn't. But until the end, I tell all my guests, we just got to sanitize it up.
Yep.
We'll be right back with Truck Talk with Wally Sanders Truck Lines. Truck Talk with Wally Sanders Truck Lines. Tune in to our live broadcast Monday mornings from 8:30 to 9:30 on TC2. Do you have a business in our area or thinking of opening a business in our area? If so, let's talk about it on Truck Talk. No charge to you. That's right, no charge to you. No charge to you. Wally Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama, committed to the community. Remember, drive for the best. Wally Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Wally Sanders' 2020 vision for you is hauling lots of freight. We got it. Safe equipment, we got that. Lots of quality home time and great benefits like matching your 401k up to 4% of your gross pay. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Wally Sanders Truck Line.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you were out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Wally Sanders' 2020 vision for you is hauling lots of freight. We got it. Safe equipment, we got that. Lots of quality home time and great benefits like matching your 401k up to 4% of your gross pay. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Wally Sanders Truck Line. at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. The only place you'll be stopping is at the bank. Wiley, money, money, money. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Tune in to our live broadcast Monday mornings from 8:30 to 9:30 on TC2. Do you have a business in our area or thinking of opening a business in our area? If so, let's talk about it on Truck Talk. No charge to you. That's right, no charge to you. No charge to you. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama, committed to the community. Remember, drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Wiley Sanders' 2020 vision for you is hauling lots of freight. We got it. Safe equipment, we got that. Lots of quality home time and great benefits like matching your 401k up to 4% of your gross pay. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Wiley Sanders And we're back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. I have a very good friend of mine, Mr. Davis from Davis Truck Driving School in Dothan, Alabama. Mr. Davis was one of my guests this morning, and he called me last night, and he said, when am I supposed to be there? And I said, in the morning. He said, not going to work. He's just getting some new equipment in, and had worked all weekend and had new students coming in this morning, so he could not be here. And I said, well, let's do what everybody else does. Let's talk on the phone. Mr. Davis, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm good. Look, been talking to you all last week. You got a lot of great things going on at Davis CDL School. You got new trucks, new equipment, actually getting a trailer. How's things going? Tell me some things that's going on.
Well, I tell you, we're getting people from all over. I just had two gentlemen come all the way down from Birmingham. Yeah. And he said they need to get, they work for an electrical company, and they need to get their CDLs. And he's sending about 4 or 5 more people down. And he says, don't be surprised if you get a call from Alabama Power. And I'm like, okay, bring it on.
You know, Mr. Davis, I told you this, back before we went into this pandemic. I said, your school is going to be the premier school. And you was like, well, I hope so. I said, well, it's just bound to happen. That open enrollment, I promise you, that open enrollment, when people decide that they need CDL drivers and they can pick up the phone and call somebody, and they call other schools, and I dare not say no name because all the schools are good, but you call some schools and they say, well, we'll get you such and such a date and such a date. You say, can you be here in the morning? That is a big plus.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, I try to make it more convenient to people because I realize that you know, everybody has bills, and they don't stop.
Tell me about it.
They do not stop. I mean, I've never, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never heard of anyone calling up the power company and say, hey, listen, I'm going to school for the next couple weeks, 3, 4. Oh, don't worry about your electric bill. We got it.
Well, let me ask you something, Mr. Davis. If somebody's listening to the show this morning, say it's a person that doesn't have their CDL and they're thinking about it. I'm not talking about working with a power company. I'm just talking about maybe somebody that's sitting at home. Okay. Maybe some grandmama or some granddaddy or some mother or some father that's listening to our show and think, well, I might want to help my son get a CDL. What would be the procedures to getting in Davis Truck Driving School? What would they have to do?
Well, you'd need a valid driver's license, a copy of your social, come on in and fill out an application. It's not whether it's a very simple application. It's only like 2.5 pages. But that's just for informational reasons. And it's not like you're applying for a job or nothing going to get declined. But yeah, just fill out the application. We're still running a special right now. And we have open enrollment, like you mentioned. And the reason why we do that is because people's situations change all the time. So if they go along and they think, okay, hey, you know what, I've always wanted to drive a truck, and then they kind of talk themselves out of it, or maybe and then 3 days later they get laid off from the job, or something catastrophic happens. Well, I have open enrollment, so it's not like you're going to miss a date for enrollment, and now you got to wait 6 to 8 weeks. You can come anytime you want. And I work around people's schedules because, like I said, about the bills. We do evaluation sheets on everyone. The reason why I do that is because I take the newbies, along with the people that are getting ready to test out, because you've got different types of learners, too. You've got visual learners, hands-on learners, book learners. You got people that pick up real fast. Some people take a little bit more time. But I'm not going to put somebody in a class with a whole bunch of people and do one curriculum, because I may bore the living daylights out of someone, and it's not fair to that person to wait for the other ones to catch up to his speed. So that's the reason why we do that. It's every single person. It's more individualized, a one-on-one.
We was just sitting here talking to one of my drivers, and we was talking about being family oriented. And you guys down there family oriented. You and your son works there with you. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. He sure does.
And he got some great news over the 4th of July holidays. Well, you got some great news. He got engaged, didn't he? So you let him know that I said it on Truck Talk with Wireless Analysts that we congratulate the young Davis for being engaged and pray they have a lot of happy years together.
Yep. I'm getting a new daughter-in-law, I guess.
Yeah, you're getting a new daughter-in-law. Well, let me ask you this. We was talking about open enrollment. We was talking about how to get in there to it. If somebody wanted to contact you and if they didn't quite get enough information and they wanted to get a little more information for you, give me some ways that they could contact you.
Oh, just you can either go by, of course, everybody goes by Facebook too. There's Messenger on there, but the easiest way is just give us a call. It's 334-405-8000.
Okay.
And if you say that number about 3 times, you'll remember it.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you, every time I call you, I have to get Siri to call me. I want to make it 808. I don't know why I want to make it 808. I do. I've tried to give it to people, and they call me back, and they say, no, that wasn't it. I said, okay, let me get that fixed.
No, there's always time. We always make time, no matter what the question is. I mean, we go into full detail. There's so many different people, and there's so many different situations. We have students that show up just on Saturdays alone. There's other people that have part-time jobs, and they can only show up on a certain days of the week. It's not a problem. I mean, we're here to help them. And because they're obviously going to school for a reason, to learn how to drive a truck. Why? To get their CDL. Why? So you can get to land the good jobs, like over there with you.
You know,
and why do they want the job? To make the money.
To make the money. You know,
it's
and
all connected. But the main thing is what we do is we try to leave no stone unturned. None.
I try to tell people that you can come to work driving a truck, and you can learn this trade in about 4 weeks at the most, then come to a training program. But right out the gate, you can start as high as $60,000. That's right out the gate. And the reason I use that low number, because that is a low number.
Yep.
Because of so many things you got to get used to, learning your logbook, learning the roads, learning the ropes. Trucking is like anything else. The guy that's putting on roofs, when he first started out, he probably couldn't do but one roof every 2 weeks. As he got grow on, he got better and better and better. Now he can do a roof in 2 days, you know, and the same way with trucking.
too.
Yeah, same way with trucking. You get better as you go. One of the things that I've always liked about coming to your school is the hands-on and how you work so hard I've never asked you to come and you say, well, I don't know. You always say, yes, I need these guys, and you always want literature, and you're always trying to help them get a job. So it's not so much as just teaching them to drive a truck. You want them to be successful because you realize that guy's successful and he tells somebody else that he got his CDL from you, then they'll come to you, and it runs in a chain. And that's why I feel if I get a student from your school and he does good, and somebody who didn't come with me then, maybe they'll come with me later.
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, while you're on that topic, I need you to come down and talk to some people.
I'm coming.
I've got students right here asking me, when's Wiley Sanders coming back?
Oh, we coming. And I'll tell you what, we're going to make it our business to come this week.
Okay.
I know you're coming up one day this week, but let me say this to you. Don't you stop. Don't you stop what you're doing. You got a great thing going on there in Dothan, and I know with the COVID, you did like everybody else. You just kept trugging along, and you wrote letters, and you did everything you could do to keep afloat. So I appreciate that, and Wallace Sanders is always going to be a part of your school. We're always going to stand there with you. We've got some good drivers out of there, and we hope to get many more good ones, Mr. Davis, and thank you for calling us and taking time out your busy schedule and talking to us.
Well, my pleasure. My pleasure. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All righty. You have a great day. All right.
And that's Mr. Davis there at Davis Truck Driving School in Dothan, Alabama. Please don't hesitate to give him a call. He can help you get your CDL. He can put you on the right road to getting your CDL. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you were out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Wally Sanders' 2020 vision for you is hauling lots of freight. We got it. Safe equipment, we got that. Lots of quality home time and great benefits like matching your 401k up to 4% of your gross pay. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Wally Sanders Truck Lines. At Wally Sanders Truck Lines, the only place you'll be stopping is at the bank. Wally, money. Wally Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. And we're back with Truck Talk with Wallace Sanders Truck Lines. Just got off the phone with my good friend, Mr. Davis, there at Davis CDL School in Dothan, Alabama. Let me tell you something. That is a great school. I know a lot of great schools. I'm going to get Cottonwood here. You know, I'm learning as I go on this job. I'm learning as I go. I've seen the times that when I have a cancellation, I'd be like, oh my God, I got to talk for all the minutes. But today, it just dawned on me, hey, just call him on the phone. We having to change the way we do things with this pandemic and stuff. And some of it's for the better, some of it's not. But we're going to get used to all of it. I want to make sure that I say this again to my Wallace Sanders Truck Lines drivers. Guys, y'all are doing a great job. Words cannot express how much I think of you guys and ladies. I love it when you're on the yard and you come and say, hey, Hoss, how you doing? I enjoyed the show. I love it when you come to me and you need something and I'm able to help. And anything that you say to me is not going to fall on deaf ears. It's not going to fall on deaf ears. You often hear me say things that the safety director has told me. I say them because I believe in them. We're behind 100% down there. But I want to take this opportunity to say, Brandy, thank you so much. Dale Clifton, thank you so much. Ricky Free, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all make it what it is. And to the guys that are on the road, Sean Page, man, thank you. I got your evaluation sheets. They're good. They're very good. Excellent. What's my other one? Miss Sherry Perriman. Miss Sherry, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Marie Purdue, thank you. These are some of the people that recruit from their trucks. And Dirty Bird. I'm just going to call him what they call him. I saw him Sunday when he was leaving with his trainer. And thank you. Thank all you guys and ladies for the recruiting job that you do. Next Monday, we'll be pulling Driver of the Month. That's right. We'll be pulling Driver of the Month for July. And I'm excited about it. People have already asked me about it. Don't forget it. And drivers are loving to win. They're loving the gift card and the new shirts and stuff. And let me say this to you. Everyone is the driver of the month. Just can't get one at a time out of here. And we're going to do this until, I don't know, from on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And don't worry, once somebody wins a year once in that year, because we have so many drivers, we don't enter them back in to the next year. We want everybody to have a chance, and at that rate, we still just get 24. So, it's just 12 months too. We still just get 24 unless we get a double team. So I want you to know, do not worry. If you haven't won yet, you're gonna win. Just keep doing a good job. Just keep doing a good job. You do a good job and just keep doing it. My time is about up. Was a little leery this morning about coming in, but I always love it when I get here and go to talking about trucking. Remember, if you have it, at one time, it was on a truck. If you have it, at one time, it was on a truck. Battery, water bottle, whatever it may be, this is what we make it. Until the next time, hey, you be good, you be safe out there. We'll see you next Monday with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Tune in to our live broadcast Monday mornings from 8:30 to 9:30 on TC2. Do you have a business in our area or thinking of opening a business in our area? If so, let's talk about it on Truck Talk. No charge to you. That's right, no charge to you. No charge to you. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama, committed to the community. Remember, drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.